Good morning from Toverland. We're here in the Netherlands today, going to show you around the Toverland theme park. I'm the Legend, joined by my wonderful girlfriend Molly, who's ready for another day of theme parking.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this park, indoor-outdoor park, a B&M wing coaster. I'm most looking forward to that GCI wood coaster named Troy. Let's go check out the park. So let's kick off our tour of Toverland in the newest section of the park. This is known as Avalon, and it's also the best section of the park in my opinion. It's home to Phoenix, the B&M wing coaster, well over 100 feet tall. Then you go on this big wing over diving first drop here. Then it goes over a lake in an airtime hill where you actually get some airtime. You get a big diving loop. Awesome helix past a Stonehenge kind of thing. Then right over me. And then into this great head chopper there. Pretty solid wing coaster. I mean, wing coasters aren't the best type of roller coasters that are out there, but this one was good. The big shock for me was getting airtime. Like, I did not see that coming. Also, the ride's really well themed. This is its load building there. And so it's got a cool queue. And then before you start the ride, there's like a show scene. You go past an animatronic dragon. So I mean, bonus points for that. You know, solid coaster, and it just looks really pretty. Now you might notice underneath of Phoenix is this ride here. This boat ride's called Merlin's Quest, which sort of takes you all on a scenic, relaxing boat ride throughout the whole land. And then the cool part is it goes into a show building over here and goes past some really top-notch dark ride show scene kind of things. Now it's not much. You're probably in there for maybe a minute and a half. You go past 3 scenes, but they are they're pretty solid. Like it's top-notch dark ride kind of stuff that's in there. So this new area is it's really pretty. My favorite section of the park, and 2 pretty good rides.
Just many adventures.
Very cool. In the queue for Phoenix, they have a kind of a mutation effect in the story for the ride. Better shot there of that Stonehenge helix kind of thing on Phoenix. And it's stuff like this, you know, you're especially if you're on that side of the wing close to the water. It's a really cool part. So I love how Toverland does stuff like this, and you'd never see something like this in the United States. Like, there's a waterfall, and then there's just a hole down there for the stream, and then flow right into the big lake. So you just have to walk right over it. Really wacky looking splash pad thing here with these stone faces on it. It spit water. Also got a cool like Viking themed playground. I love the one where you like try and throw the medicine ball kind of thing at a target. Cool playground. In the queue for Merlin's Quest is also a wonderful little show scene kind of thing with some limited animatronics and projections and stuff. I love how they have the giant Trojan horse out in front of Troy, the big wooden roller coaster. This roller coaster here is Troy, the park's big wooden roller coaster, built by GCI. And this was honestly the ride I was most looking forward to coming into the park today. And it was just kind of okay for me. We only got 1 ride in it because it was running 1 train all day, and we rode in like row 3. So it did not have a whole lot of airtime. It was kind of shaky. The best part about this ride for me was that it was really long. Like, it's a very long GCI coaster. But definitely fell below what I was expecting it to. They've also got one of these not quite as cool as Moose on the Loose kind of rides. We had the show like to refer to as Horse on a Course. You sort of see him going there. It doesn't talk in Zeusian rhyme the whole time, so it's clearly not as good as the Moose's cousins. Scorpius here's the interesting themed swinging ship. Also love how, you know, some of the theming elements here. It's, you know, big waterfall, little bridges, streams. Here comes Booster Bike, the park's Vekoma motorbike coaster, and it's a fun time. A little bit longer than like Pony Express and Knott's Berry Farm, and but it does have older trains on it. Like, loading into this thing's really weird because you have to like move the handlebars and to make different, like to make your shin restraints go and to make your back restraint go. But it's a fun ride, but definitely feels older. Coming at you from the Jenga River, which is the park River Rapids attraction. And I don't normally do the River Rapids, so I'm gonna pass on this one. But I will say, like, it is a pretty looking river rapids ride. That cool waterfall over there. Now I will say I'm not sure how wet you get on this, so unfortunately I cannot give you that review. It does look like one built by Hafima based on the design. But, I mean, that's a really pretty section over there. And it's got AAs that are, I'm not sure what these guys are. Are they kind of peeing on you or something? I'm not sure what's going on here. Over here by the river rapids, there's a kind of like an animatronic figure. Also another one in the queue for Django River. I love this like smoking pool in the ground next to him. So over here by the Django River Rapids attraction, there are tons of rock work and waterfalls and stuff like that. I'm guessing this building hides the station here, but it's really, really pretty. So this is not a sign you would see in a lot of parks. I'm going to read the English part for you. Refresh yourself under Holland's biggest shower. Cool down under the refreshing waterfall. Essentially, you can see the AstroTurf in there, just inviting guests to go and hang out underneath that thing. Crazy. And then more like little wacky pathways and stuff like that. You can go up here. That's another animatronic guy. And you could go on sort of this adventure path, essentially like running right past a waterfall. And there's a waterfall over here. You can go behind. Yeah, like it's a really, really neat section of the park. Right now we're looking at DrewTheIntern, which is the park's spinning roller coaster. And it's really good. It's smooth, it's pretty tall and fast for a spin coaster. And the best part about it, it has on-ride audio. Like on-ride audio shooting you from both behind your head and then from like in between your legs. And it's a really, really nice soundtrack. So that was my favorite part of the ride. Like it went from like a pretty solid family ride to a really good ride because it had this wonderful musical score on it. And I lost it. There's also like no good place to film this thing. So one thing, it does only have one train. So this one, you might queue a little bit for this one. Also, fun thing to note, the station here at the DrewTheIntern, really nicely themed. Got spinning things and plants everywhere. Music. Yet another fun kids section of the park here. First of all, I love the topper on this big kind of like pull yourself up drop tower. Because it's got a moving bird that comes out of the egg. And then another like large scale playground here. Like if your members of your traveling party are big playground fans, this is definitely the park for them. All right, Molly, what do you think of this ride here?
It's pretty cute.
So
pretty adorable.
So you approve of it having your name attached to it?
Yes.
As it does. This is the Tolly Molly. Weird, like fishy, dragony things.
I don't know who Molly is.
That's you. And what Molly, or maybe Molly is the also the person in the seashell.
Yeah, I would assume that. That one. Right
that
there.
one. It's time for Expedition Zork. So Expedition Zork is the park's indoor and outdoor log flume. And it's also a forwards-backwards log flume. As you see, those people are on a turntable up there. And they are getting ready to go down a backwards log flume drop, which is super rare. One good thing about this, you do not get very wet. It's like it's a nice spritz, I would say. And then the theming level, like there's no like animatronics or show scenes on the ride, but like the rock work of the giant Martian-y guy, and then over here, like you go through his hand, is really, really cool. So here's another shot of the turntables, and this one's cool because it's like on a lift. So you go up a little bit of the lift, then you hit a turntable that spins you around. And then after you're spun around, you go up the lift. And this lift takes you right out of the building. And here's the big outdoor section of Expedition Zork. Again, the theming elements are pretty cool. Like there's a giant tree in the middle, which has another turntable in it before you go down the big drop. Now, one good thing about Expedition Zork, you really don't get that wet. It's like a light spritz, but weird log flume. So Maximum Blitz Bomb is a ride type that's new to me. It's essentially kind of like an alpine coaster, except you're in one of these and it's powered. You can see the cable on the back of the track powered to this bus bar here, and you still get the, you'll be able to push it to go forward or go to slower, and you load inside, but the ride is completely outside, and it was a lot of fun. I'd never been on one of these before. I really liked it, and there were theming elements, like you go through a chicken coop. My onboard audio was not working. Molly, yours was.
Mine was. It was good.
Yeah. Now, you've never done an alpine coaster. You've always been scared.
No, I hate alpine.
What did you think of this thing?
It's pretty easy. I mean, you don't go fast at all, so I felt safe.
And it has a really cool theme queue, so so this one definitely gets a thumbs up from me. Very unique. So one piece of advice everyone gave me is rope drop Maximum Blitz Bahn, and which was a good piece of advice because right now it's a 40-minute wait, and that line has to move slow. Really good theming in the queue for Maximum Blitz Bahn here. If you had a great time on Maximum Blitz Bahn, they have a gift shop with an on-ride photo booth, and more importantly, a talking reindeer animatronic head. It's Rudy.
Hey, you and I, haben hier die Lederhose und Toys geladen noch so.
Also, this was not here when I rode either. There's like a gentleman all dressed up, not as a ride attendant, but just talking to guests. Theming elements on it. Looks like it spins pretty well too. Whirl-a-bomb is kind of this weird looking wacky Ferris wheel thing. It's closed for refurbishment today. Also in the indoor section is a carousel. Not the largest carousel and not the fanciest carousel. Definitely something newer that you could just buy from a ride manufacturer. So Toverland on the indoor section is filled with like all these crazy playgrounds and climbing nets and things like that. So after Molly noticed that your adults were allowed on the net climbs, I had to go and do it. She got her foot caught a million times. And then check out this slide. It's like rollers. Like if you remember Discovery Zone growing up as a kid like I do, that's essentially this. You know, this is as much fun as I remember it. So here's a shot of what the exterior of those Discovery Zone slides look like.
So inside they have a show called Tover Show. I honestly don't know what's happening. There's this pig and he looks like he's a chef. It's interesting. That is definitely a costume. Definitely a costume.
So ice cream looks really good, but what I want to show up is the souvenir cups of like the mascots of the park. You could eat out of their brains. This building is Villa Fiasco, which I think is a fun house. Yep, once you go inside, it's kind of like a classic fun house. I love the music. Oh, this is a treadmill. Love the music in here. actually had more fun. In between the two different indoor sections is this neat themed corridor here. I love this detail in the hallway in between. Like a character is holding the spider. So in the older indoor section is the park's marquee family roller coaster. It's kind of cool because it goes out throughout like the entire indoor park. Goes over here. Comes right there. That's pretty neat. There's also like a couple of fun looking kids playgrounds in here. This bonkers looking thing over there. So I've seen my fair share of frog hoppers, but I love the design of this one. It's like an angry pajamas wearing pirate pig with no pants. So this is definitely a little on a weird side for an indoor park. They have raft slides like you would see at, I guess like Five O's Playland is the one I think of. They also have them at Zork Park. And they've got like one dark one and then one where you can race your buddy. It looks like they move pretty good. Like that would probably be really fun, but I don't think I need to wait in that line and possibly get some dirty water on me. So if I know my Toverland history, in the old section, this used to be the entrance to the park. Like you'd see the ticket booths there and these, and this was until they built that super fancy new entry over in Port Laguna. Also in the old section is a rather pretty swing ride. Also some neat theming elements over here by the swing ride. Also over here in the older section of the park is a older looking but giant play structure for kids. Like that is pretty crazy. Let's find out what's inside the tuber hoose. So it's like a magic wand experience, like the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. You grab a wand when you do it. And there we go, Bobby Salami. Guys, it's pretty cool. It's like a shooting gallery. You just point and click, and then stuff happens. Like that room cleans up, and all sorts of different things. I'm probably having way more fun than I should doing this. All right, Molly, make the frog do its thing. That's been my favorite one. Look at this one. I think a witch flies out and farts at you. This one makes the flowers grow. That's really neat. So this is cool. The park's mascot is just wandering around the Magical House. So I like this section of Toverland where they have these sort of like water bridges where you have to risk running like when you don't think the water is going to stop, or else you could potentially get soaked. It's very different. Like now you'd be fine, but if you're going when that fountain's gonna stop, you might get drenched. It is very different, kind of cool, but I'm not gonna try it because I do not want to get soaked. So you've got like a mini ropes course kind of thing here, like across a stream.
So outside of their older area, they have this. I believe he splashed himself. I believe. That's why I decided not to go. And then he has this bridge to cross. We have these, he successfully made that one. Good job. This is odd. Very, very odd. And he didn't fall in.
They've got a terrifying looking ropes course. Not too high, but it's not one of those super safe feeling RCI ones.
these vending machines where you put in your money, maybe, and then you open up and you take your food. Close it back up. And they're pretty cheap, anywhere from €2 to $2.50 depending on what you got. And they're nice and hot.
Hey Molly, what time is it?
Beer 30.
Beer 30 here at the German Beer Hall. Drinking some nice, decent-sized German beers. I'm assuming they're German. I mean, they might be Dutch beers. I'm not really sure. Cool, big tables, things like that. Also it works well. Like the kids could go on the jungle gyms and stuff like that, and mom and dad could sit here and drink beer. Beer's going to run you about €5. You do have to put a €2 deposit down on the glassware. So I would never normally order a kids meal in a theme park, but I saw they came in like Happy Meal boxes, and I'm pretty sure they came with a toy. So Molly, let's unpack this and see what we got. I ordered the cause souffle, which I think is a cheese souffle, like kind of like a giant mozzarella stick. We got some fries. We got a juice box. And mayonnaise for the fries. And then most importantly, the toy, which is cool. It's like a Troy toy. What I love is that not only do they have toys, but they have toys that are themed to the different rides or characters from the park. That's it. That's some good theme park fast food right there. For our big meal here at Toverland, we're going to eat at the Flaming Feather, which is in this restaurant here, which Molly's excited for because it looks like something out of Lord of the Rings.
Hobbit, the Shire.
So we're now inside the Flaming Feather, and I got something called I believe it's the Excalibur is what I ordered.
No, I
You ordered the Excalibur. I ordered the Merlin's plate. So mine's weird. It's got a big croquette with some bread, then a little salad-like thing I'll probably give to Molly, meat and cheese, and a bowl of beef soup. We also got a couple of big beers. My entree is going to be about 12 pounds. The beer's about 5. And Molly got the Excalibur, 2 croquettes, some chips, and the salad. And guys, but the real star of the show is just this restaurant itself. Is like a wonderful, mystical kind of tavern place. Very medieval or Lord of the Ringsy. Tons of detail. You know, really a cool place to come in and have a meal. And I love like the whimsical stuff behind the bar, where you know, if you look on the left, the spoon is moving on its own, mixing the plate, or the plates and the forks behind the bar are just sort of floating by and moving. Like it's a really, really cool restaurant in here. It is snack time here at Toverland, so for about €3, we got this delicious looking strawberry cake. We got it from this little food court area here, right by the fountains. Katara, Fountain of Magic, is their simple fountain show, and it's decent. I would say it's, you know, I like the music. It had like its own musical score to it, and I thought it was weird because it like whispers its name at the beginning and the end of the show. It's like, yeah. Katara, Fountain of Magic. And nothing too special. I wouldn't plan my day around it, but like if you're walking by and it's happening, kind of nice to see. So in the Port Laguna entrance area, they do a Battle for Port Laguna dive and stunt show. So in Port Laguna, this is listed as an attraction, and this is the Magic Store Magician. Molly, how would you describe this?
Ollivanders, Harry Potter.
Essentially, it's Ollivanders in Dutch without the IP, and essentially very similar to Ollivanders, except without the heartfelt like connection to it from the fan community. And it's kind of just like a pitch to sell you wands that I guess do interactive stuff around the land here. But I mean, they did some cool effects in there, but it's definitely weird.
Yeah.
Like I never saw that. See like a knockoff Ollivanders, and this was, you know, it was.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah. So I'm guessing like we walked by this parrot a couple times, and the parrot didn't move at all, and I was sad. I'm assuming it's probably some sort of magical thing for the game.
Probably.
Time to check out the merch game here at Toverland, and it's pretty cool. Man, I love this. They've got a snow globe for Troy, like the coaster thing on the bottom. Of course, that would not fit in my carry-on luggage, so I'm probably not gonna buy that. Might end up with this though. It's like the figure of the big Trojan horse outside the ride. Around €4 or so, €5. They also have a lot of merchandise with the park's mascots on it. The witch lady, and then the pig man. But pretty good merch. Here's that pig man. Fun fact: tried to win one of these guys in a crane game and failed. You could also get him in as a pillow. So one thing I like, the music in Toverland is wonderful. Like, it's all like custom music that was made for the park. And if you really, really liked it, you could buy CDs of like all of it, from the best of Toverland to the music of the Magic Forest, Port Laguna, Avalon, Troy, Magic Valley. Molly is trying to do spells. But that's really cool. One thing, like, a lot of people don't have CD players anymore. It would be nice if they came in like a USB or something like that. Phoenix, the park's newest roller coaster, also looks like it has its best merch out of the roller coasters. Like some pretty solid shirts over here. Also, Phoenix is spelled with an F at the front, like the pro wrestler, not like the ride at Knoebels or the X-Men character. And it's got some cool mugs and stuff like that. Figurine over here. And then Avalon is the area that it's in. It has a really great snow globe on it. So I would say the merch game here is pretty good. So one cool thing about Toverland, in their parking lot, they don't have like row numbers. You have to remember which signal you parked on. Like, did you park in horse? Or hat? We're a couple more rows down in potions. Also, Toverland has a ton of room to expand. Like, this park, yeah, this is one to watch. And that will do it for our day here at Toverland. I enjoyed it. For me, my favorite parts was, I love like the European quirkiness and the stuff that would never fly in America. You know, that kind of stuff with the playgrounds and the wackiness and all like the water features, and like it would never work in the States. So I love that. I love the music. You can hear that in the background now. All throughout this park had this amazing musical score. You know, and each land had a different one, and that was awesome. As far as the rides wise go, I don't think, if you come here looking for coasters, I don't really think this is a park for you. Phoenix was very good, especially for a B&M wing coaster. That's out of the ones I've been on, that's probably my second favorite. And that whole area of the park, that Avalon section was wonderful. You know, this park I definitely think is a big up-and-comer. You've got this whole wonderful Port Laguna entrance area that's totally world-class. And then if they keep building stuff like this in Avalon, this is definitely going to be quite the park to watch in the next few years. I will say the one knock on this park, one train operations. Every single roller coaster, one train. And it wasn't super busy today, but that would have made, like, it went from being walk-on waits to annoying 20 to 30 minute waits. So that was, if I have a complaint, that would be the complaint. Molly, what were some of your thoughts here in Toverland?
Agree. It exceeded my expectations. I really like this park. I got hurt on the playground. I think I pulled a muscle. Yeah. But besides that, I love the indoor playground. It was very unique. Yeah. Very
and also, I love having something like that too. That way, if it's a rainy day, you're still protected. You can go in there and have, go on fun rides or have beers and stuff like that.
Overall, it was a very nice park, but I agree with the one train operation.
Oh yeah, that is as cool as it is to build areas like this. If you're Toverland, next year, spend the money and buy second trains on all your roller coasters, or spend the money to operate second trains on all the roller coasters. All right, guys, this was fun. If you're planning a trip to Toverland, got any questions, let me know in the comment section below. And we'll be moving on. Next park is a dual park day tomorrow. We're off to Fritz Park Schlabbeck or something like that, and then Movie Park Germany. All right, Netherlands, you were fun. Time to move on to Germany.